Welcome to this deep dive designed just for you. Today, we're going to be cracking open a classic. It's an excerpt from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And we're going to be exploring how Ebenezer Scrooge, the embodiment of bah humbug, transforms into a beacon of generosity and Christmas spirit.
Right.
And who knows, maybe we'll even discover a little something about the possibility of change lurking in our own hearts along the way.
What's remarkable about this story is how it transcends a simple holiday tale.
Right.
You know, Dickens really tapped into something profound here.
Yeah.
Something that continues to resonate with us, even in our modern times.
So let's set the stage.
Okay.
Our excerpt introduces us to Ebenezer Scrooge. And Dickens.
Yeah.
He doesn't exactly paint a flattering portrait.
He does not.
This isn't just your average grumpy uncle, right?
No, this is his.
He's practically a caricature of greed and miserliness.
Absolutely. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner.
Wow.
Dickens really piles on the adjectives here, emphasizing just how much Scrooge embodies the dangers of unchecked greed.
Right.
Particularly in the context of Victorian England's stark social inequalities.
It's almost comical how much he despises Christmas, calling it humbug and wishing to boil anyone who utters Merry Christmas in their own pudding.
Yeah.
But under that layer of absurdity, there's a deeper critique at play, wouldn't you say?
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Dickens isn't just crafting a funny curmudgeon here.
Right.
Scrooge's callous attitude towards the poor, even suggesting they should die to decrease the surplus population, serves as a sharp indictment of the prevailing indifference towards poverty during that era.
It's what makes Dickens such a master storyteller.
Absolutely.
Weaving these complex social commentaries into these really captivating narratives, but then things take a decidedly spooky turn.
Yes, they do.
It's Christmas Eve, and Scrooge's deceased business partner, Jacob Marley, decides to pay him a visit.
Ah, yes. The ghost of Jacob Marley dragging those heavy chains forged from his own lifetime of selfishness.
Yeah.
It's not simply a jump scare.
No.
But it's a really clever way to transition from that social commentary to a more psychological exploration of guilt, regret, and ultimately the possibility of redemption.
It's like you can practically feel the temperature drop when Marley's ghost appears.
It's chilling.
And what's interesting is Scrooge's initial skepticism.
Right.
He tries to rationalize it away. But the fear is palpable.
You can feel it.
And Marley's warning about the three spirits that will visit him sets the stage for a truly transformative journey.
It's classic storytelling. Using the supernatural to delve into the human psyche.
Right.
Scrooge is forced to confront his past, present, and potential future. And it sets him on this collision course with his own deeply buried humanity.
So the first spirit to arrive is the ghost of Christmas past.
Yes.
This kind of peculiar figure, childlike and innocent, yet holding this power to unlock these really powerful and often painful memories.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant way to represent the way our past shapes who we are, even those parts we'd rather forget.
Right.
The spirit isn't there to judge Scrooge.
No.
But to show him the truth of his choices.
And what Scrooge sees during this spectral journey is truly heartbreaking.
It is.
It starts with his lonely childhood, left alone at school during the holidays.
Yeah, you can almost feel that ache of isolation.
You really can.
In those descriptions.
And then we go from that to these joyous scenes of Fezziwig's Christmas parties.
Right.
Where Scrooge was once an apprentice. Fezziwig, with his generosity and genuine care for his employees, represents a path not taken. A stark contrast to Scrooge's current miserly treatment of Bob Cratchit.
And by extension, Dickens is critiquing the exploitative labor practices of the time.
Oh, wow.
You see that woven in throughout this story.
It makes you wonder how much of Scrooge's bitterness stems from that early loneliness. But perhaps the most poignant encounter is with Belle.
Oh, yes.
The woman he loved and lost. She chose love and happiness over his growing obsession with wealth.
This encounter raises a timeless question. What are we willing to sacrifice for material gain?
That's true.
It was especially relevant in the Victorian era, where social status was often tied to wealth. But it's a question we still grapple with today, isn't it?
It is.
Are we chasing material success at the expense of genuine human connection?
It's almost as if Scrooge is watching his own heartbreak
Right.
as he witnesses these scenes from his past. The regret, the longing for a different path, it's palpable.
It's the beginning of Scrooge's emotional thaw.
Okay.
He's not instantly transformed, but the seeds of doubt and introspection have been planted.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is where we'll leave off for now.
So the ghost of Christmas past has left Scrooge reeling with the weight of his past choices. He's confronted with the seeds of his own misery, the paths not taken.
Right.
But Dickens doesn't let him wallow for too long.
No, he doesn't.
The next visitor arrives,
Yes.
and this one is quite a character.
A real character.
Ghost of Christmas Present.
This is where the energy of the story shifts dramatically.
Okay.
If that first spirit was about introspection and regret,
Yeah.
the Ghost of Christmas Present embodies the vibrancy and abundance of the season. He's all about joy, generosity,
Right.
and celebrating the good things in life.
Yeah.
A stark contrast to Scrooge's own gloomy existence.
He's described as this jolly giant draped in green robes, surrounded by a feast of Christmas delights.
Oh, yeah.
And he takes Scrooge on this whirlwind tour of London,
Right.
showcasing the spirit of the holiday in full swing.
Absolutely.
But amidst all the festivities, they also visit a familiar, humble abode.
Yes, they do.
Bob Cratchit's home.
This is where Dickens' social commentary really hits home.
Okay.
The Cratchit family, despite their poverty, embodies the true spirit of Christmas love, gratitude, resilience.
Yeah.
The description of their meager Christmas dinner, made special by their shared joy, is both heartwarming and heartbreaking.
Yes.
It exposes the stark reality of poverty,
Right.
especially during a time when celebrations are happening all around.
And then there's Tiny Tim.
Ah, yes.
This frail but incredibly spirited youngest son.
Yeah.
He's become such an iconic character, representing innocence and vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's impossible not to be moved by his cheerful disposition,
Right.
despite all his hardships.
Tiny Tim's character serves a dual purpose.
Okay.
On the one hand, he's a symbol of the plight of the poor
Right.
and the often devastating consequences of societal neglect. On the other hand, his unwavering optimism and faith really highlight the enduring power of the human spirit, even in the face of adversity.
Yeah.
And remember, the spirit reveals that Tiny Tim's fate hangs in the balance.
Yes.
His survival depends on a change in the current conditions.
Right.
A rather pointed message from Dickens.
It's a powerful reminder that our actions or inaction have consequences that extend far beyond ourselves.
Absolutely.
Scrooge's indifference has real-world implications,
Yeah.
especially for those who are already struggling. And then there's that moment, that wonderfully ironic toast.
Yes.
Bob Cratchit raises his glass to Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
That moment is so layered with meaning.
I know.
On the surface, it's a gesture of gratitude,
Yeah.
even though Scrooge's contribution is meager.
Right.
But it's also a subtle jab at Scrooge's power and his choice to hoard his wealth while his employee struggles to feed his family.
Yes.
Mrs. Cratchit's bitterness makes that subtext crystal clear.
Yeah, you can practically see the discomfort on Scrooge's face.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't the jolly Christmas celebration he expected.
Right.
It's a stark confrontation with the reality of his choices.
Yeah.
And their impact on others.
And that brings us to the final and perhaps most terrifying visitor.
Yes.
The ghost of Christmas yet to come.
If the previous spirits offered a chance for reflection and a glimpse of warmth and joy,
Right.
the shrouded, silent figure embodies fear and uncertainty.
It represents that cold, harsh reality of a life lived without compassion or connection.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate what-if scenario.
Right.
The potential consequence of a life of greed and isolation.
And the scenes this spirit shows Scrooge are downright chilling.
Oh, they are?
Indifferent businessmen discussing someone's death,
Right.
more concerned with their belongings than the loss of life.
Yeah.
A group of scavengers pawning off stolen goods from a dead man's home,
Heartless.
showing a complete lack of respect or empathy.
These scenes highlight the anonymity of a life solely devoted to accumulating wealth.
Right.
Scrooge sees firsthand that his wealth won't buy him love, respect, or even a kind word when he's gone.
Wow.
His legacy is reduced to material possessions quickly forgotten, dispersed among strangers.
It's a stark reminder that material wealth ultimately holds no value in the face of death.
Yeah.
What truly matters are the connections we make, the impact we have on others,
Absolutely.
the love we share.
And then, of course, there's
Yeah.
that gut-wrenching scene.
Yes.
Scrooge's own neglected grave.
Uh-huh.
Just a cold, hard tombstone with the inscription, Ebenezer Scrooge.
It's chillin'.
This is where Dickens really drives home the idea of legacy.
Okay.
The inscription is devoid of any sentiment,
Right.
any indication of the life.
Yeah.
Lived the love given, the good deeds done.
Wow.
It's the stark visual representation of a life squandered,
Yeah.
a potential unfulfilled.
Right.
And for Scrooge, it's a moment of reckoning. He's confronted with the bleak reality of what his life could become if he doesn't change his ways.
That image of Scrooge's lonely grave.
Right?
Such a powerful and unsettling moment. He's confronted with the ultimate consequence of his choices.
Yeah.
A legacy defined by emptiness and regret.
Uh-huh.
It's no wonder he pleads with the spirit for another chance,
Right.
promising to honor Christmas in his heart
Yeah.
and change his ways.
It's a pivotal moment in the story.
It is.
We see a complete breakdown of Scrooge's defenses.
Yeah.
All that bluster and cynicism melts away, replaced by genuine remorse and a desperate yearning for redemption.
Right.
He's finally ready to confront the truth about himself
Yeah.
and the damage he's caused.
And that's what makes the ending of A Christmas Carol so incredibly satisfying.
Oh, absolutely.
Scrooge wakes up on Christmas morning,
Yeah.
not in some cold, desolate graveyard,
Right.
but in his own bed.
He's been given a second chance.
Yeah.
A chance to rewrite his own story.
And it's not just a passive acceptance of the second chance.
No.
He embraces it
He does.
with an almost childlike enthusiasm.
It's like a whole new world of possibilities has opened up to him.
Yeah.
He's practically giddy with his opportunity to make amends and spread joy.
That scene where he sends the prize turkey to the Cratchit family
Oh.
always makes me smile.
It's such a grand gesture, completely over the top,
Yeah.
but it perfectly captures the magnitude of his transformation.
Yeah, it's not just about providing a delicious meal.
Right.
Though I'm sure the Cratchits appreciated that.
Of course.
But it's about acknowledging his past transgressions.
Yeah.
Expressing his newfound empathy
Mhm.
and taking concrete action to improve their lives.
It really is.
And it's not just the Cratchits who benefit from Scrooge's change of heart.
No, it's not.
He practically bounces down the street,
Right.
wishing everyone a Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
donating generously to charity, and even reconciling with his nephew.
Yeah. It's a complete 180 from the Scrooge we met at the beginning of the story.
Right.
That's what makes Scrooge's transformation so compelling.
I know.
It's not simply a matter of becoming nice. It's about a fundamental shift in his values and priorities. He's no longer driven by self-interest and greed,
Right.
but by compassion, generosity, and a genuine desire to connect with others.
Yeah. And the impact of that change is undeniable.
Oh, it is.
He becomes a beloved member of his community,
Yeah,
spreading kindness and goodwill wherever he goes.
absolutely.
It's a testament to the ripple effect of positive change, how one person's transformation can inspire and uplift those around them.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into A Christmas Carol,
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
What aspect of Scrooge's journey resonates most with you?
For me, it's the reminder that it's never too late to change.
Oh, that's good.
We all have these Scrooge-like tendencies within us,
Right.
these moments of selfishness, greed, or indifference. But we also have the capacity for kindness, generosity, and compassion.
That's true.
Dickens reminds us that we always have a choice,
Yeah.
and that even the most hardened heart can thaw.
It's a timeless message of hope and redemption,
It is.
particularly relevant during this season of giving.
Yes.
Perhaps we can all take a page from Scrooge's book and reflect on our own Scrooge-like tendencies.
Right.
Maybe we could be a bit more generous with our time or resources,
Yeah.
offer a helping hand to someone in need, or simply spread a little extra cheer.
Who knows? Maybe we can even inspire a Scrooge-like transformation in someone else.
That would be something.
After all, as Tiny Tim so wisely observed,
Yeah.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah.